Yes, peeps. So here we go again. We're rolling. Now, as I can see on the street, on the screen, if she don't want you, well, she just don't want you. Leave her alone. You know. Now, there is a lot of guys. There are a lot of fellas I know. They will do anything, anything, and when I say anything, I mean basically anything to get a woman. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to handle your business, show yourself, maybe let's say approved for the woman. I'm not saying you shouldn't do that. You know, it's all good. You know, it's no big deal. But hear this. It have situations where the woman don't want you. You see? It have a situation where she basically just don't want you. But here we go. You all know for a fact that women have emotions going on. Them is like partners. So you behave like a devil now, and you start working on our emotions. That is Satan, because Satan like to work on your emotion to get you to do wrong thing. But you see, deep in her heart, she don't like you. She don't want you. She don't love you. But then you convince her, you work your witchcraft, because niggas do all of us work witchcraft too. So you work your witchcraft and you get a woman, put her in your house. And then the rest of your life, you spend the rest of your life paying for the bullshit that you did. If she don't want your brethren, she don't want you, leave her alone. You see, love is a thing that attract love, you know. So you find that if you see a woman and thing and you feel that you have these feelings for her, you don't have to be love you feel. You're supposed to love everybody. But then you have a desire for this woman, maybe so she could be your wife or something like that. It have to be mutual. She have to want to be with you. Okay? And it doesn't take you long to recognize that a woman don't want you. You understand? It don't take you long. So all you have to do is to take your cue and start rolling. But no, some of you just can't stand the idea that she don't want you. So you will do all your witchcraft. You will go buy the whole KFC. You'll go buy a whole set of nice food, while you offer people food. People will eat food. They will eat your KFC. But then you work in your witchcraft by trying to work on her emotions, trying to turn around the way she feel. But originally she don't feel anything about you. It's the same thing that happened to Will Smith, you know, because this woman didn't love him. Do the research. Now he's spending his life paying for just telling her, okay, well, you're seeing me now. A woman told me that one time, you know, she said men just pay for them out. You understand? So the thing about it, if it is not mutual, leave it alone. Back in the day, you know, in times gone by, days when we had our culture, days when we were ourselves and we didn't all mix up and foolish. Those days you could meet a woman and then you can't just go and approach the woman and tell her anything. You may have to go to your parents and tell your parents, well, you know, you see this woman, and the parents will do the necessary investigation. And the thing about it, you might sometimes you have never seen the woman before the first time you see her, and the next time you see this woman is when you are getting married. You understand? And then this marriage will work So if it would work, what caused it to work? You see, it always comes down to culture. You see, because if you have the same culture, you live in the same culture, you're worshiping the same Elohim, okay? You basically have the same customs. So you know, in the custom there, mothers will grow their children in the way they should go. They will grow a woman to be a good wife and everything like that. Okay, so your parents now would actually investigate that and make sure it is so. So in the case you all get married and you all live excuse and you all living together, you wouldn't have a problem even loving this woman and keeping her as a wife, because she know exactly what she's supposed to do. It's like you actually know her because she was trained, she was brought up in the way she should go. So she know exactly what she should and should not do. She know how to treat her husband. She know how to do her house chores. She know her duty. She know her place and stuff like that. So the point is now, that is how the life should be. It is not like how it is now. You understand? It is not like how it is now. Right? So back in the day, you could get a good woman who wants to be a woman in a husband's house and not a competitor, you know, not a snake in his bed. She want to be a wife to him. She want to submit herself to him. He have to submit herself to her. But then what happened in the intervention of slavery, when we came out on the other side, it is different. Because in slavery, our slave masters actually placed the women above the men. Okay, they destroy the men's image in the presence of the female, our females. So the females feel that we can't protect them anymore. You see? And as a result of that, they became the protectors of the race. But then instead of men growing like men, they have men growing in reverse roles. That is why for the past past couple of years and stuff like the decades, we had a lot of people just revolting and basically going astray in our community, you know? Because deep down they know there is this prison they are in, they have to break free from. So you find a lot of rebellion, people stop coming here. Anything the system say to do, they want to do the opposite. You see? And most people never really understood what was happening. But then for some reason, the system already see what is happening. For example, when we discover Rasta, and Rastafari come and they talk in Africa, principles of back in Africa, and everything like that. Then you see every Rasta man basically have a white woman now, because them white women place themselves in the way of the Rasta. So that now, with eating white meat now, pork meat now, Rasta become watered down. You understand? Everything we do that is original, everything that happens in our community and we want to build it up, they come and they invade it and they mess it up. But you see, the thing about it is that most of you can't see that. You understand? So they're making sure that the protocols stand. So they come out with all this feminist thing to make women definitely know that they have their power. You understand? So females basically continue to always implement domination over their sons. That is a slave mentality. Domination over male as a matter of fact. So I always tell myself then, what about if there is a gender war? Like serious gender war, cutlass and knife and guns? But then the thing about they don't need that, because when they run the man out for the home, or the system cause the man to leave the home because the system, they want to uphold the system, then the woman will stay home with the children and grow them up into pussies. So you find that most of the time a boy will grow up and he is not sure whether he is man or woman. You see? And the fact that that is actually happening now, you find that even now they have it like this month, April, you could afford to put an X in the case of gender on your birth certificate or your ID, wherever. Why that is so is because of the confusion. You understand? The system is totally confused. So if you have to put an X then now, what, I mean, come on. You're not male, you're not female, then what you are? So suppose you have to go in a public toilet, you go flick, I wonder which one to go. You could go with anyone? I mean, that's just mad. That is just creating more confusion on the face of the earth. You see? So what happens is that the female continue to hold the like a mother chick, hold the children under her feathers. Don't give the boys a chance to grow and be men. You understand? So you find that right now we have men growing up always want to run down behind a woman for no reason. But you see now, you have to grow your sons in a way that they'll be firm. You know, make your decision. You have to grow your children to not to operate by emotions. I've been saying that for years. Emotion is a devil's weapon. He used that weapon against you. Most of you get emotional and think you have the Holy Spirit. That is foolishness. You see? You grow your children to not to function by emotions. You understand? You grow your children in a way, especially your boys, to when he see yellow, he know he's yellow. When he see black, he know he's black. When he see a corn, he know he's a corn. Practical like that. You understand? Don't be an idiot. Don't grow your children to be an idiot. You see? You can't be thinking about yourself alone, and that is the mistake a lot of people make, especially if you're selfish. You see, a lot of men find themselves in problems because they are totally selfish. Selfish. So when they see a woman, they don't thinking about the woman's situation, how she go, what she want, what she wanna do. They don't care about that. What they care about is how they feel. They want this woman. They don't care if she want them, but she don't want them. And she's basically telling them, I don't want you. But who cares? They don't care. You understand? You have to love yourself. But if you have to love yourself and you want to approach people, you have to find out if that person loves you too. It's not just like running into a person and say, well, once I love them, that is enough. That is not enough. I don't know if you ever heard the term face of an angel and heart of a devil. That is ranking out there. That is what's happening in this world right now. And we have to know. Come on, we have to wake up to that. Men. You understand? It is easy for a woman to send you all to get all your death. Serious. It's very, very easy for you people to cause a woman to send you all fellas to your death just like that. It have a lot of men out there totally insecure within themselves. Just insecure. You have a lot of money, you have whatever, but just walking on the road with your woman and a man watch her, you start to get nervous already. That does happen. I don't see that happening. One look at your woman and you start to get nervous, you start to get frightened. You understand? Why that is so? You see, that is so because you all didn't grow up properly. You understand? You don't have our Elohim in your life. You don't know the principles, you understand, of life in relation to having a wife. Because the fact that you move with your wife but you have to move in a distrustful manner only indicate you know she's a slut. It's as simple as that. People go say what they want, but that's the truth. You know, if you have to walk with your lady and you have to be thinking, this man watching, I might get frightened, then you might as well just stop having lady, just be alone, because you'll be touching yourself for the rest of your life. Because you know the funny tricks you make to get her. A man could do the same funny tricks and get her too. You understand? So if a woman have to love you, and you have to love a woman, meet me halfway, man. You know, meet me halfway. You know, it's not about, I am not gonna be running on behind you like no puppy. Ain't gonna happen. You know, you have a brain just like mine. I think our brain is about the same size. And most of you like to say you're all independent. Well, be an independent thinker. Don't just be a woman conveniently. Be a woman all the time. But then, if you have to be a woman all the time, you have to be a good woman. All the time. Because it's not like long time you have to go home and get the woman. It don't really work anymore. No, as far as I see, no parent these days have the time to go in the next parent house and tell them about, my son see your daughter and he want to marry you, or I see you have a flower in there, I want to pluck it, whatever. Nobody ain't doing that. You have to get your food for yourself. So you meet a woman out there, you want the woman, well, you have to approach her, because that's the way the thing will start. But you have to know if she wants you to. And if for any reason you get to realize that she don't want you, leave her alone. Don't try to force your way into her life. You see? And if for some reason you do, and whatever you do, and you get to married to the woman or something, or you all start living together, and for some reason she want to go roll on you, she want open relationship, watch, and she go and take a next man except you, leave that woman alone too. Just leave her alone. Divorce her, do whatever you have to do, but just leave her alone. Don't get yourself in trouble, but just leave her alone. Now if you're walking with emotions, then there'll be a whole lot of crying and, you know, flowers bringing and, you know, slow song singing and all kind of things. If you're walking with emotions. But if you're walking with wisdom, if you're walking with logic, if you're walking with sense, if you don't walk, you just don't walk. If you don't walk, you just don't walk, and that's it. You break up with a friend, yeah, that will hurt a moment, but then you wouldn't get all emotional and weak and start to grovel in the dirt and jump up from a building and hang up yourself and drink a grandma's. You wouldn't do stuff like that. You have to be steadfast and have no fear, because if you have perfect love in your heart, woman can't break it. Woman can't break heart with love yet. I could tell you that. You see, a woman could use your emotion against you. But if you are a man who lives in a life of love, no woman on this earth or any other earth And for women too, you have perfect love, no man can break your heart. So nothing can destroy love. Nothing could destroy love. But if you get emotional and like to deal with your feelings and everything, that is selfishness. Forget the feelings. When you start to feel everything is about you, nobody really wants to be around you. Because everything's supposed to be around you. What's supposed to be spinning around you and everything. Nobody wants to be around you. You're selfish, you're all caught up in yourself, and you can't see what is happening on the next side there. Because you can't see a woman whether she truly loves you or not. You can't see that because you're really caught up in yourself. You understand? If you have love in your heart, you will see everything around you and what is within you. So I'll tell you again. And all these problems will start because most of the time women don't want you. But you go work witchcraft on them to get them. Just leave them alone. That's all. Leave them alone. We have to protect them when we have them. We have to take care of them when we have them. But if they don't want you, leave her alone. Otherwise, you'll pay for it for the rest of your life. But if she wants you, and she wants to be with you, she will most definitely let you know. And she wouldn't be pulling bush and tell you, she will be telling you. Once she recognizes you really want her and she's a woman, she wouldn't be abusing you like some women do. You know, you have some women who they will tell yourself, well, not tell themselves, they know you have strong feelings for them, and they will pull you by the nose. They will drag you in all different kind of mud, until they're tired. Then they give you a bone like a dog. You don't let women do that. Nobody, young fellas, don't let them do you that, period. Just don't. It's either they love you, if they really love you and they want to be with you, and they know you want to be with them, they will let you know. That is intelligence. That is wisdom. But the many times they start fooling around and being foolish, let them be. They don't want you. And that is why I'm saying again, forget the emotions. Leave the emotions alone. Love is not about feelings. A lot of people get confused with love about feelings. Love is not about feelings. Love is a way of life. And if love is a way of life, then you have to live this way of life. People can turn off love and turn on love when they want. People can, if you love somebody or you love people, you love people. You can't just love some people and hate some people. That doesn't work. That is just nonsense. So people who functioning on that level, they're just doing nonsense. You understand? It's either you love or you don't love. Now, at this juncture, I think I will have to cut this video. Yeah, that's the end of this video for today. And as I said, brethren, if she don't want you, she don't want you. Leave her alone. Spend your life happily. It's better to live in the house of a rooftop than to live with a quarrelsome woman. If a woman don't want you, she will make your life miserable, and you don't want that. The scripture tell you it's better to live maybe outside in the bush or in the corner of a rooftop or somewhere than to live with a woman that give you trouble enough. If a woman don't love you, she will give you trouble for the rest of your life. Every time she see you, she vex. You understand what I'm saying? And all that happens, let me tell you, the source of this particular problem for our people at this point is from slavery. They do you that in slavery, come right on. And up to now, it's still happening. The effects, it's still happening. And most people don't understand it, so they continue going on. Don't ever think again that, like my man said, that when you on your top, the devil does walk on you now. The devil does walk on you, especially when you're right down on the ground. He feel that you want to come up material you, he trying to entice you with that. When you're on top, you're full of pride, the devil does studying you because you're up there already. He ignores you. You understand? So as I said, we say a lot of things today. So what I'm telling you is this, that if you want a happy life in this world and you want to have a wife, make sure is a person that willing to be with you and a person that willing to even die for you. And if you don't get this kind of person to be a wife, you don't want a wife, because you might be willing to die for she, and she mightn't be willing to die for you. That is not love, nowhere at all on the face of the earth or anywhere else. So if she don't want you, she don't want you, just leave her alone. If it's only something she want help from you, some of them just want help. Give me a $10, give me a $20, give me a this. Sometimes they want food, sometimes it's that what they want from you. But you looking for a wife, let me tell you, you have to know the difference. You understand? You have to have the wisdom to know the difference in what a woman wants and what she don't want. If she wants you, she will let you know she wants you. If you could let her know you want her and she can't let you know that she wants you, just leave it alone. Please. So brethren and sisters, whosoever listen to this video, or if you're lucky to see that video, it's nice. I'll be also posting that video on YouTube. So if you sometime pass along YouTube, then you go subscribe and join all the conversations we will have in the future, So be at peace, welcome once again to Talk Your Talk. It's always a pleasure.